pitch them about Salesforce Consulting. On trying nothing, code shared. By code shared, when you're sharing a code, we assume that we know what the amount is and the payment term, whether the payment will be made monthly, fortnightly, quarterly, and so on, yearly. Cost negotiation, and all these fields will be mandatory for all the stages apart after this. So let's say all these fields will be mandatory from demo schedule. So if you skip a stage, you will still have to enter all this information. For
Does
closed
it mean
book,
that we won't be able to go ahead with the next stage, or we have to enter it manually anyway?
sorry.
Does it mean that, for example, if you're scheduling a demo, if it's on the demo schedule stage, if you're not entering the city or the state in any case, does it mean that we will be able to move ahead with that, or we won't be?
It's mandatory.
Okay.
And please guys, just a suggestion, city and state are not most of the cases, it's the same thing. Most of the people just copy pasted city and state, same thing. California is a state, Los Angeles is a city. So just know your territories. Yeah, some of them, sometimes the state and the city is same, that's fine. But know your geography, at least about your own territory, so that we get authentic data. I had an app lead which says Perth and it was US, country was US. So please make sure you enter the right data. Apart from that, closed book transaction details field, which we discussed, and close loss, the close loss reason and loss reason. That's all about the opportunity management from my side. Do you guys have any suggestions or questions? Yep.
Are you tracking the close book date?
Sorry?
Are you tracking the close book date?
Yes.
In case of let's say the ending of the month 30th, a rep, it's like night time. Rep has got the payment and everything. Although the transaction ID is mandatory, which is supposed to be entered in by the accounts team. Accounts person is not here, so he'll have to wait for the next day, and the close book date would be of the
that's
next.
okay. We want him to wait for the next day. Let's not have things
You're
coming
not
on the last day.
Yeah.
Why to close 3 days on 30th, right? Let them close on 29th.
Exactly.
You got the answer, right?
So, and everything is tracked on Salesforce. So whatever changes the opportunity owner makes, we know what they're doing on the opportunity. Everything is tracked, and this can't be controlled by anyone. Okay? Any questions apart from that? All good? So I hope you guys will give me good data now. Trust me, give me good data and I will show you how it can help you improve your sales. I can sit with each of you, I can help you make reports, and I can help you increase your clients. But I need your support.
Then you make it all mandatory.
I wish they are gonna curse me. I thought with this much they're gonna curse me every time they do opportunities. Alright, that's all from my side. I'll hand the stage back to John now. John, all yours.
नहीं आ रही ना? अब कोई जाएगी ना? Okay, so I wanted to actually put the subject line as sales approach, but then there was an intentional approach towards putting this title, getting beyond the 7% barrier. And there is a very funny statistic behind the 7% number. And before I go ahead and disclose that, I'd like to know from the sales team, how many open opportunities do we have? Open, by open I mean active opportunities, which does not include closed book. Anik? Or maybe I must ask, like, how many of you have over 15 opportunities? No one? At an individual level.
Not company. Right now,
So I had that conversation with Sid yesterday, that how many athletes do we convert, on an average? And he gave me that statistic, 7%. That's what we have, and what that really means is that we win 7 out of every 100 prospects, which looks good from your angle, but on the other side, we are losing 93 out of those 100. And we don't have more than, I think, 5-6 big competitors. And if I divide, obviously if a customer is coming through AppExchange, he is an interested client, he needs something, right? So if I just divide that loss in 5 different competitors, each competitor is approximately getting 16% just from us. I mean 18% just from us, which is much more than what we do. And if you have less than 15 opportunities in a month, that means we are closing nothing, because we need to lose 14 at least to close our first deal. So that's where we do stand. And there's again a lot of reason behind it. A lot of I think majority of the deals don't even go to the demo. Is it true? Yes, no, maybe.
Yes.
What could be the reason? Vaibhav? Price.
They are not qualified.
They're not qualified. Why? Robert?
Because we are not able to explain them what exactly they want.
What else? Sambhav?
Might not be the product.
Sometimes only for a research and development.
Usually we quote these reasons. We don't connect. We didn't get connected. We got no response on email because we didn't have the phone number. So we dropped an email and we did not get any response. The price was too high. Somebody just said. The customer said, I was just exploring. Who just explores? कि आज 9 घंटे पूरे नहीं हो रहे, तो let's go to App Exchange and see all the demos. Does it really happen? If someone has come and has watched a demo or has installed the application, he was not just exploring. He might be in the awareness stage where he is actually, trying to find out the right solution, or he's comparing, but he was not just exploring. Or the customer comes and says, okay, I have seen the demo and I'll let you know if I need something. These are some of the smoke glass reasons. And then there's a part of reality as well. I don't know the product. And with I mean the salespeople. I know, I don't have to ask this, that no one of us from us can give a full-fledged perfect demo to a client, because we don't know the product itself. And when we don't know, how can we make our client know about it? Our client will never know. Because you are the point of contact. You are going to talk to the client, and the client is dependent on you to get that knowledge that how this product works. The second one, and this is again very, very important, the DM and the IM factor. Any idea what is DM and IM? No idea? Oh, you see it daily, yeah?
Demo and
Yes. We have a very, monotonous approach towards every client. We don't see, we just see, oh, ek app lead aa gayi, let's go and call the client. We don't do a research. We don't know whom we are talking to. We just know the name of that person, that's all. And this is important to treat both DM and IN as two separate, targets. The DM client, the client who has just seen your demo is very, very delicate, because if you don't reach out to him maybe in next 30 minutes, he might see other competitors' demo, and he may choose one of those. The one who has installed is maybe a hot client for you, but the one who has just watched your demo, there can be multiple reasons. He never reached out, he never installed. One could be he didn't like the demo. One could be he didn't understand the product. The third one could be that maybe our product had that solution, but he couldn't find that in that demo, right? So we need to have that different approach. We need to focus on the demo clients more aggressively, and we need to bring them, we need to understand what they felt about the demo, what exactly were they looking for, did they get what exactly what they were looking for, all these things. The demos we give, and it includes me as well. Those are very, very lame demos. We talk about features. We do this, we do this, we have this, we have this, we have this. We never talk about what a client is getting. We don't talk about the values. So we have to actually reprioritize the way we actually project our demos.
So do you mean to say that we need to focus on the benefits rather than the features?
Obviously, I think I was having this conversation with Paul itself, and Corbin also, Fairway Mortgage. One of our potential client which we lost because we were not following up with them. Customer contacted, Paul had a conversation. The client gave a demo. The client itself, so it was a referral client. One of Fairway Mortgage office is already using our product. And the client came on the call, gave the demo to the other person, her peer, which was just of 10 minutes because she just talked about the benefits.
Yeah, because they spoke what they have to do within that app.
Yeah.
They didn't talk about everything from A to Z. They just focused about what they want and what the benefits will be from those.
And that's how it should be. And for that, when I say that, focusing on the benefits, for that we need to have the demo as a second call, not the first call. You need to call the client when you schedule a demo. The primary agenda is to get the demo scheduled. उसके बाद से sit demo ले लेंगे, Brian demo ले लेंगे, Vaibhav ले लेगा या कोई भी ले लेगा. And then our job is to follow up again. एक code भेज दिया, can I get the invoice now or can I get paid? But that should not be the prime agenda. The first call should be introducing yourself, asking and knowing what exactly the client is looking for. Rather than, okay, I want to go ahead and shall we schedule a demo for you? I will never do that. I will never accept a demo if I am a customer because you have not asked me what I need. And what will you show me? Again, you will go very, the normal way, starting with single SMS, bulk SMS, and then ending up with SMS setup. Because I don't know what was exactly his need. So I need to have that call. I need to know what exactly are you looking for. Have you ever used SMS before? That's a very, very big question. Because if a customer has already used SMS before, it becomes an easier task for you. You don't have to convince him for the, how to send SMS. You can actually play on the USPs. So that should be your first question. Have you ever used SMS before on Salesforce? Or are you using it? We never ask it. We never ask it, what is your use case? And as far as we don't know, and leave the use case. We only see the website for numbers, phone numbers. True or not? You just go to the website for like, seeing whether I can get contact, because athletes, we don't get contact number usually. So you have to change that approach. And that's where you will be able to dig into the client's, environment. You need to understand his workflow to serve it. We also, again, we do unplanned random calls, and this is again a very, very important factor. We give demo to the client, and then we start following up. We don't open the gate for the next call. We just make random calls. Okay, yesterday was the demo, I'll follow up. We just say I'll follow up. Tomorrow I called, he didn't pick up. Day after tomorrow I called, he didn't pick up. Next day I mailed, and it all goes like that. What if after the demo I go and I said, hey, I know you will be using the product now. It's my duty to, do a pulse check maybe in every 3 days. So I'm scheduling a call for Wednesday 1 p.m. Is that fine for you? Rather than asking him what day should I follow up, you give a time. It makes client a little obligated. And he says okay, or he will check his calendar and he'll say no, 1 p.m. is not fine, maybe 3 o'clock. Put it on calendar. We miss. I have had this challenge when I started with my team, and people used to forget the clients. How many clients do I have to call? And after a month, maybe I got to remember, oh, this client. Oh, ye bhi client. Sorry. And it doesn't work like that. So make that habit. Google is your best friend. It's not just said, it is true. Put everything on your calendar. Even if the client has not given you a date and time, make your follow-ups, put your follow-ups on the calendar that, okay, I have to follow up on this client, on this date, on this time. That's for your own use. People talk about tasks. Tasks is also a good thing, but Google will always help you and it will be easier for you. So rather than making random calls, on every call, you open up the gate for the next call by closing your statement by telling, Okay, when should be next follow up? So that will not sound very random to the customer. It will sound planned. Got my point? And then what happens? Our end goal. We start first telling, I have sent you the code, can you approve? Can you approve? Or shall we go ahead? That looks quite forced. Because again, it was not planned. We never asked what's the time frame you'll be taking to get onboarded. So make it hierarchical. In a hierarchy. And then customer says price. So discount is my right. मेरा तो आपके customer ने जैसे ही बोला कि you are too expensive, हम चाहेंगे discount दे देंगे. I mean, that has become, I see that. I see at least 6-7 people every day taking sales call. And people go, and the moment client says, एक buzzer बजाया उसने कि अब खतरा आ रहा है, price is high. No problem, let me discuss with my manager. True. So these are the reasons why we are losing the clients. Maybe there are a lot more, but I just mentioned what I got. So you wanted to add something?
I wanted to add that it's not like that they will do this counting, but happens is इतने को 300 users, सर इसको देते ही 6 हैं. They don't even wait for the client to ask for the discount. They think it's 300 users, so it's our right to go and give him a discount beforehand. So they say 15 की जब सर काट के ना, we'll start with 10 itself because he has 300 users. If it's 1000 users, sir, let's start from 4. We might end up with 2. That's the problem.
This should be the way you must, run your sales. And you cannot start your sales cycle till you don't have the product knowledge. And I want to propose this actually. I think everybody is here. We want to make, I want to make a demo mandatory for everyone. Till you get to the perfection. Maybe we can prepare a checklist. We can have sessions every week on a calendar. Maybe 2 people every week. And make it mandatory that we will take demos of each and every individual. Because that's how I think it's not happening by themselves.
Absolutely, 100% with you. That's what the whole agenda of today.
Because as far as you don't know your product, you're not gonna, your cycle won't start, ideally. Now when a lead comes, the first thing is obviously the prospecting. Know the worth of the lead. It's always good to lose a client in first attempt rather than losing it in 15th attempt. You try hard, you know this client is not coming. You keep on trying, 15 times, 15 days, 30 days, you invested your time and you lost it. So it's better to lose it in first go and go to the other client. So prospecting, again, is very, very important. You need to see what is your hot lead, what is your warm lead, what is your, a very, very cold lead. People who just say, I was exploring. Then you need to define your approach. Do your research. See the website, see what's happening around them. Go to their LinkedIn company page, see who is the person, can he be the decision maker? Ek Apple guy, say Philip James, और उसका designation लिखा था accountant. Do you think he will be the decision maker on LinkedIn? But we don't go on LinkedIn. We try attempting 1 time, 2 times, 10 times, 100 times. He's not going to be the decision maker, obviously. So you need to define your approach after prospecting. Is that okay? How and whom am I going to talk? What I am going to talk? What is this company? What it does? What could be the probable use case? And then drive your call accordingly. Then you go to the need assessment. Again, it's the same. Yeah.
Add something to that.
Yeah.
So when you said that you need all that information, and when you store that information, it will be be helpful for you when you approach that lead for renewals. So you'll know what research you did before and you won't have to do research again. Just store it all on Salesforce and you can just go to that contact and get that information.
Thanks, Ruby. So probably you're prospecting, your approach and need assessment usually happens in the first call. Then you go for demo, and then you close the demo. I'm not talking about closing the deal. You close it. By closing, I mean you get reviews. How did you like? Is it sufficing you? Understand. If he's going on trial, again, opening up the gates, what I said, then follow and then sell. Right? Yes, no, maybe? Yes. Now your friends. How do we handle objections? Sorry? अपने चेहरे दिखने नहीं है ना? How do we handle objections? For us, objection means, in the current scenario, if a client has put an objection, just get into defensive mode, try what you can do to just get back into that confidence, but you don't understand why. It's too expensive. Why? A customer, I'll just give you a small example. In my last organization, I was talking to this customer, and the customer said that, hey, you guys there was a price increase. You guys are too costly for us now. And I need some discount. So I could have gone defensive. I simply asked, you've been using the application for last, I think, 3-4 years now. Have you got the value out of it? Have you think it has helped your business grow? She said yes. That was the discount for you, I think. And she smiled and we never discussed about the discount. Don't go defensive. It's too expensive, then talk about the values. And if you talk about the values before, the customer will never come for the pricing. Trust me on that. And again, we go back to the first slide, that product knowledge. Again, reprioritizing. Talk about the benefits, talk about the value, and talk about the value as per his use case, as per his workflow. This will never come. We do not need this. It's again a smoke glass. A customer who has had demo and says, okay, we do not need this, or we have put a hold on it. You came, you explored, you had a demo, you tried it, and then you put a hold on it. Is it true? It's not. Because maybe your competitor, or maybe something which he didn't like, because you didn't use the product. I'm talking about most of the cases. I mean, there can be some genuine as well. But yeah, in most of the cases, it never happens.
I don't think guys, you value their time. If you have one client with you for a 1 hour demo, he values his 1 hour more than yours. He wants now to have the deal closed because it doesn't need to go shopping around to 2 different vendors and again explain them his requirements, see their demos, and then move into the process. So the further you go into the deal, it's now your deal to lose because he has invested his time in you. He wants to buy this product. Are you able to give him all that? Are you able to explain him that product? Can you bring the value to the picture? It's now up to you. He can give you time. He has already given you time. That's why you are only with demo. So the more the demos, the more advanced you are in stages, the less chances you will lose that.
Now here are some of the statistics. I got it from HubPost. Almost 6 in 10 buyers want to discuss pricing on the first call, and that's where we lose the business because we tell them, here's the price. 19% of the customer come in awareness stage. Those one who are exploring, testing, will let you know. They are just doing window shopping. They are trying 4, 5, 6 people, and then maybe installing your product. 60% want to connect with sales during the consideration stage, and this is your major chunk. The people who have done their trials and explored things, and then they have come to you. They have shortlisted 2, 3, 4, 5 vendors now, and they will choose one of them, and 20% among the decisions. But this is the big one. If you just and how will you know it? Again, by talking before demo, talking more, asking more questions. Probing is again the key for sales. People, I think most of us, especially APAC team and EMEA team, we do a lot of cold calling as well through leads. Takes an average of 18 calls to connect to one potential buyer, not even sure whether he will buy or not. So imagine how many calls do you need?
I'm talking about connected calls or like
I'm talking about connected calls.
Normal calls.
I'm talking about connected calls.
So you understand by being those numbers, with your statics, we can't reach one client in a week. Because you can't have 18 calls. You have how many? 36 connected calls in a week or 18 calls connected in a week. That's the problem.
And again, the last 2 points are very, very important. Those who are tempted to raise leads within an hour or nearly 7 times likelier to have a meaningful conversation. एक customer आया, app lead है मेरे पास, customer ने install किया है. That means he's on his computer. Think psychologically. He's on his computer. You can send him LinkedIn request. You can give him a call. He's on his desk. Because रास्ते में चलते-चलते कोई app exchange जाके install नहीं करता. And neither has he installed on phone. He might be traveling. He must be sitting in car and he has installed it on his phone. No, he has installed it on a computer. So he is on his desk. And that's where we make a mistake. We don't connect to the clients. We first thing we do is send him an email. Do you know, an average US person deletes 48 emails every day without reading, which just takes him like less than 5 minutes. It takes more time to read those emails rather than deleting it.
Steve has that set for himself 3 minutes. Any lead which comes through an app exchange will get contacted within 3 minutes. 4th minute he considers as a lost. So 3 minutes is the tag which he gives it to himself and to his team. Within 3 minutes, an SMS will go out to the customer saying, hey, you are watching my app lead, or my demo would have finished by now, so let's connect. And have a call. This is my calendar, book a slot, or let me call you up right now. 3 minutes is the first conversation which happens. I'm sure with emails we would not have even finished our writing our email within 3 minutes.
Because our emails are also not that good. I will send you a deck on emails that work. Maybe that will help you. But again, emails are not the right approach at the first go. You need to give a call to the client. And again, even if you're sending emails later on, don't just provide information, ask them to. And this is again a very, a researched truth. You must write at least a question in every email you send, especially in sales process, because it excites them to let you know something. Always put a question in your emails. Ask something. What do we do? Customer said, send me information on email. App Exchange, we downloaded a document for App Exchange, attached. Please find the attached file. If a customer asks me, I would rather ask him, what exactly do you want to see? What are the key information? What are the 3 most important things you want to know? And I'll send document related to it. That opens up a conversation. I asked a question and he is bound to reply because he needs that information. So just don't give the information, ask them to. That's pretty much of sales. Now we come to the account management and CSMs. Trust me on that. Customer success has been fascinating the world, for last 3-4 years, and it's going to be one of the biggest factors in a company's success, in next 5 years. we often misconceive it through renewals, retention, and customer service, which is not the truth. Customer success and account management, we usually call it customer success account management, CSAM. It's a very big thing in its own. The team which renews. Usual scenario, we renewed all the client due for next 6 months. But do we know how much money we lost on the table? Because we never knew the client before. We got a list of clients who are due for renewals in next 6 months. We reached them. Hi, Mr. Max. I'm John, and I wanted to reach out as your renewal is nearby. I don't know what he has used in past 1 year. I don't know how many SMSs has he sent. I don't know anything about his maybe a growth in last 1 year. We never go around that. His website, it will take 2 minutes for you to see, but it will give you most relevant information. Talk to the customer, and that we don't wait. Okay, I'll come to that later. I think we must start talking to the client, at least 6 months before renewals for the people who have already renewed. For the people who are sold new, I think we must start. I'll tell you the whole process how we should go ahead. But the people whom you get the renewal, you are the only person who is renewing right now, and I think you guys as well will be renewing your clients. The customer whom you got for renewals, maybe his renewal is in November, but you can reach out to him right now. Understand his use case. Understand who uses it, who are his power users. Is it the sales team? Is it the marketing team? Schedule a session with their team. A lot of people do this. Hi, Max. I am, say, Rohan. I've been appointed as your account manager. And you introduce yourself and then ask questions. Okay, would you mind if I ask a couple of questions? I'll come to that as well, though. But I'm just giving you a small context. Ask about what he does, how he does, what is his use case, who uses the application. Maybe schedule a session with his team. I would like to connect to your users as well, just to give them a couple of updates. We are a company who is having updates every 3 months, I think, or maybe every month, I believe. We will always have something new to talk. So I want to have a session with your team at their convenient time, where I can explain them about the updates so that they can be more productive. That will actually make your client interested. That will build your repo. But what we do, with every client renewed, we lose enormous amount of dollar because, as I said, we never knew the client before today. And it's always, help before you grow and grow before you renew. A new client, sold today, you got it. It's important for you to know in first 30 days whether it's actually using the app. Because what we conceive is, I sold the application, I gave it to Manav, Manav will install the application, activate it, and then I'm done. Activate, it's activated means he's using it. We don't know. There was a client, Khalid Hamade. He was not using, we contacted him after selling, I think almost like a month later. He said, I have not got a chance to use your application. So it's important for you to just not activate the customer, but onboard him. Because if he will not use, he will not renew, he will not grow. If he has not been using it, ask him why. What is the challenge? And you be the person, the point of contact for the client, rather than he writing emails to support team every time. It's said, if you know date of birth of children of your customer, that customer, you will never lose that customer. You must have that kind of rapport with your client. So make him dependent on you. get the onboarding done. One-to-many adoption play. One is to many adoption play is like making sure everyone is using the application. You sold 5 licenses, maybe only 2 are using it. Why? Get to know that, and then do a review, maybe in 90 days. And this is, if you've done this, if this is checked, your next milestone is this. Whether you know how is it working now, sir? Is it working fine? Is there anything? Are you using this? I understand you are maybe a digital marketing client and you use it for your marketing campaigns. Have you tried surveys? Or have you tried campaigns? Or have you tried grid? Or anything? Increase the usability. Then you go on value realization. Then you know, I have been working with, again, the same client, digital marketing client. Max, I've been working with, clients in your industry for last, I think, 2-3 years. And one thing I've realized is that they waste a lot of money by sending SMSs to invalid phone numbers. Is that the case with you as well? Do you find you don't get replies from your customers? And do you think invalid phone number could be a reason and that's where you upset? One PM is not fine, maybe 3 o'clock. Put it on calendar. We miss. I have had this challenge when I started with my team. And people used to forget the clients. How many clients do I have to call? And after a month, maybe I got to remember, oh, this client. Oh, ye bhi client. Sorry. And it doesn't work like that. So make that habit. Google is your best friend. It's not just said, it is true. Put everything on your calendar. Even if the client has not given you a date and time, make your follow-ups, put your follow-ups on the calendar that, okay, I have to follow up on this client, on this date, on this time. That's for your own use. People talk about tasks. Tasks is also a good thing, but Google will always help you and it will be easier for you. So rather than making random calls, on every call, you open up the gate for the next call by closing your statement by telling, okay, when should be next follow-up? So that will not sound very random to the customer. It will sound planned. Got my point? And then what happens? Our end goal. We start first telling, I have sent you the code, can you approve? Or shall we go ahead? That looks quite forced. Because again, it was not planned. We never asked what's the time frame you'll be taking to get onboarded. So make it hierarchical. In a hierarchy. And then customer says price. So discount is my right. मेरा तो आपके customer ने जैसे ही बोला कि you are too expensive, हम चाहेंगे and discount दे देंगे. I mean, that has become, I see that. I see at least 6-7 people every day taking sales call. And people go, and the moment client says, एक buzzer बजाया उसने कि अब खतरा आ रहा है, price is high. No problem, let me discuss with my manager. True. So these are the reasons why we are losing the clients. Maybe there are a lot more, but I just mentioned what I got. So you wanted to add something?
I wanted to add that it's not like that they will do this counting, but happens is, they say, oh, 300 users, sir, इसको देते ही 6 हैं. They don't even wait for the client to ask for the discount. They think it's 300 users, so it's our right to go and give him a discount beforehand. So they say, 15 की जब सर काट के ना, we'll start with 10 itself, because he has 300 users. If it's 1000 users, then let's start from 4. You might end up with 2. That's the problem.
This should be the way you must, run your sales. And you cannot start your sales cycle once till you don't have the product knowledge. And I want to propose this actually. I think everybody is here. We want to make, I want to make a demo mandatory for everyone till you get to the perfection. Maybe we can prepare a checklist. We can have sessions every week on a calendar, maybe 2 people every week, and make it mandatory that we will take demos of each and every individual, because that's how I think it's not happening by themselves.
Absolutely, 100% with you. That's what the whole agenda of today.
Because as far as you don't know your product, you're not gonna know. Your cycle won't start, ideally. Now when a lead comes, the first thing is obviously the prospecting. Know the worth of the lead. It's always good to lose a client in first attempt rather than losing it in 15th attempt. You try hard, you know this client is not coming. You keep on trying, 15 times, 15 days, 30 days, you invested your time and you lost it. So it's better to lose it in first go and go to the other client. So prospecting again is very, very important. You need to see what is your hot lead, what is your warm lead, what is your, a very, very cold lead. People who just say I was exploring. Then you need to define your approach. Do your research. See the website, see what's happening around them. Go to their LinkedIn company page, see who is the person, can he be the decision maker? एक Apple guy, say Philip James, और उसका designation लिखा था accountant. Do you think he will be the decision maker on LinkedIn? But we don't go on LinkedIn. We try attempting 1 time, 2 times, 10 times, 100 times. He's not going to be the decision maker, obviously. So you need to define your approach after prospecting. Is that okay? How and whom am I going to talk? What I am going to talk? What is this company? What it does? What could be the probable use case? And then drive your call accordingly. Then you go to the need assessment. Again, it's the same. Yeah.
Add something to that.
Yeah.
So when you said that you need all that information, and when you store that information, it will be helpful for you when you approach that lead for renewals. So you know what research you did before, and you won't have to do research again. Just store it all on Salesforce, and you can just go to that contact and get that information.
Thanks, Rudy. So probably your prospecting, your approach and need assessment usually happens in the first call. Then you go for demo, and then you close the demo. I'm not talking about closing the deal. You close it. By closing, I mean you get reviews. How did you like? Is it sufficing you? Understand. If he's going on trial, again, opening up the gates, what I say, then follow and then sell. Right? Yes, no, maybe? Yes. Now your friends. How do we handle objections? Sorry? How do we handle objections? For us, objection means, in the current scenario, if a client has put an objection, just get into defensive mode, try what you can do to just get back into that confidence, but you don't understand why. It's too expensive. Why? A customer, I'll just give you a small example. In my last organization, I was talking to this customer, and the customer said that, hey, there was a price increase. You guys are too costly for us now. And I need some discount. So I could have gone defensive. I simply asked, you've been using the application for last, I think, 3-4 years now. Have you got the value out of it? Have you think it has helped your business grow? She said yes. That was the discount for you, I think. And she smiled and we never discussed about the discount. Don't go defensive. It's too expensive, then talk about the values. And if you talk about the values before, the customer will never come for the pricing. Trust me on that. And again, we go back to the first slide, that product knowledge. Again, reprioritizing. Talk about the benefits, talk about the value, and talk about the value as per his use case, as per his workflow. This will never come. We do not need this. It's again a smoke glass. A customer who has had demo and says, okay, we do not need this, or we have put a hold on it. You came, you explored, you had a demo, you tried it, and then you put a hold on it. Is it true? It's not. Because maybe your competitor, or maybe something which he didn't like, because you didn't use the product. I'm talking about most of the cases. I mean, there can be some genuine as well. But yeah, in most of the cases, it never happens.
I don't think these guys, you value their time. If you have one client with you for a 1 hour demo, he values his 1 hour more than yours. He wants now to have this deal closed because it doesn't need to go shopping around to 2 different vendors and again explain them his requirements, see their demos, and then move into the process. So the further you go into the deal, it's now your deal to lose because he has invested his time in you. He wants to buy this product. Are you able to give him all that? Are you able to explain him that product? Can you bring the value to the picture? It's now up to you. He can give you time. He has already given you time. That's why you are on him with them. So the more the demos, the more advanced you are in stages, the less chances you will lose that.
Now here are some of the statistics. I got it from HubPost. Almost 6 in 10 buyers want to discuss pricing on the first call, and that's where we lose the business because we tell them, here's the price. 19% of the customer come in awareness stage. Those one who are exploring, testing, will let you know. They are just doing window shopping. They're trying 4, 5, 6 people, and then maybe installing your product. 60% want to connect with sales during the consideration stage, and this is your major chunk. The people who have done their trials and explored things, and then they have come to you. They have shortlisted 2, 3, 4, 5 vendors now, and they will choose one of them, and 20% among the decisions. But this is the big one. If you just and how will you know it? Again, by talking before dinner, talking more, asking more questions. Probing is again the key for sales. People, I think most of us, especially APAC team and EMEA team, we do a lot of cold calling as well through leads. It takes an average of 18 calls to connect to one potential buyer, not even sure whether he will buy or not. So imagine how many calls do you need?
I'm talking about connected calls or like so.
I'm talking about connected calls.
Like normal calls.
I'm talking about connected calls.
So you understand by Windows number. With your statics, we can't reach one client in a week. Because you can't have 18 calls. You have how many? 36 connected calls in a week or 18 calls connected in a week. That's the problem.
And again, the last 2 points are very, very important. Those who attempted to reach leads within an hour or nearly 7 times likelier to have a meaningful conversation. एक customer आया, app lead आया मेरे पास, customer ने install किया है. That means he's on his computer. Think psychologically. He's on his computer. You can send him LinkedIn request. You can give him a call. He's on his desk. Because रास्ते में चलते चलते कोई app exchange जाके install नहीं करता. And neither has he installed on phone. He might be traveling. He must be sitting in car and he has installed it on his phone. No, he has installed it on a computer. So he is on his desk. And that's where we make a mistake. We don't connect to the clients. We first thing we do is send him an email. Do you know? average US person deletes 48 emails every day without reading, which just takes him like less than 5 minutes. It takes more time to read those emails rather than deleting it.
Steve has that set for himself 3 minutes. Any lead which comes through an app exchange will get contacted within 3 minutes. 4th minute he considers as lost. So 3 minutes is the tat which he gives it to himself and to his team. Within 3 minutes, an SMS will go out to the customer saying, hey, you are watching my app lead, or my demo would have finished by now, so let's connect. And I will call, this is my calendar, book a slot, or let me call you up right now. 3 minutes is the first conversation which happens. I'm sure with emails, we would not have even finished our writing our email within 3 minutes.
Because our emails are also not that good. I will send you a deck on emails that work. Maybe that will help you. But again, emails are not the right approach at the first go. You need to give a call to the client. And again, even if you're sending emails later on, don't just provide information, ask them to. And this is again a very, a researched truth. You must write at least a question in every email you send, especially in sales process, because it excites them to let you know something. Always put a question in your emails. Ask something. What do we do? Customer said, send me information on email. App Exchange, we downloaded document for App Exchange, attached. Please find the attached file. No. If a customer asks me, I would rather ask him, what exactly do you want to see? What are the key information? What are the 3 most important things you want to know? And I will send document related to it. That opens up a conversation. I asked a question and he is bound to reply because he needs that information. So just don't give the information, ask them to. That's pretty much of sales. Now we come to the account management and CSMs. Trust me on that. Customer success has been fascinating the world, for last 3-4 years, and it's going to be one of the biggest factors in a company's success. In next 5 years. We often misconceive it through renewals, retention, and customer service, which is not the truth. Customer success and account management, we usually call it customer success account management, CSAM. It's a very big thing in its own. The team which renews. Usual scenario, we renewed all the client due for next 6 months. But do we know how much money we lost on the table? Because we never knew the client before. We got a list of clients who are due for renewals in next 6 months. Reached them. Hi, Mr. Max. I'm John, and I wanted to reach out as your renewal is nearby. I don't know what he has used in past 1 year. I don't know how many SMSs has he sent. I don't know anything about his maybe a growth in last 1 year. We never go around that. His website, it will take 2 minutes for you to see, but it will give you most relevant information. Talk to the customer, and that we don't wait. Okay, I'll come to that later. I think we must start talking to the client, at least 6 months before renewals, for the people who have already renewed. For the people who are sold new, I think we must start. I'll tell you the whole process of how we should go ahead. But the people whom you get, the renewal, Rohan, you are the only person who is renewing right now, and I think you guys as well will be renewing your clients. The customer whom you got for renewals, maybe his renewal is in November, but you can reach out to him right now. Understand his use case. Understand who uses it, who are his power users. Is it the sales team? Is it the marketing team? Schedule a session with their team. A lot of people do this. Hi, Max. I am, say, Rohan. I've been appointed as your account manager. And you introduce yourself. and then ask him questions. Okay, do you mind if I ask a couple of questions? I'll come to that as well, though. But I'm just giving you a small context. Ask about what he does, how he does, what is his use case, who uses the application. Maybe schedule a session with his team. I would like to connect to your users as well, just to give them a couple of updates. We are a company who is having updates every 3 months, I think, or maybe every month, I believe. We will always have something new to talk. So I want to have a session with your team at their convenient time, where I can explain them about the updates so that they can be more productive. That will actually make your client interested. That will build your rapport. But what we do, with every client review, we lose enormous amount of dollar because, as I said, we never knew the client before today. And it's always, help before you grow and grow before you renew. A new client, sold today, you got it. It's important for you to know in first 30 days whether it's actually using the app. Because what we conceive is, I sold the application, I gave it to Manav, Manav will install the application, activate it, and then I'm done. Activate, it's activated means he's using it. We don't know. There was a client, Khalid Hamade. He was not using, we contacted him after selling, I think almost like a month later. He said, I have not got a chance to use your application. So it's important for you to just not activate the customer, but onboard him. Because if he will not use, he will not renew, he will not grow. If he has not been using it, ask him why. What is the challenge? And you be the person, the point of contact for the client, rather than he writing emails to support team every time. It's said, if you know date of birth of children of your customer, that customer, you will never lose that customer. You must have that kind of rapport with your client. So make him dependent on you. Get the onboarding done. One-to-many adoption play. One-to-many adoption play is like making sure everyone is using the application. You sold 5 licenses, maybe only 2 are using it. Why? Get to know that, and then do a review, maybe in 90 days. And this is, if you've done this, if this is checked, your next milestone is this. Whether you know how is it working now, sir? Is it working fine? Is there anything? Are you using this? I understand you are maybe a digital marketing client and you use it for your marketing campaigns. Have you tried surveys? Or have you tried campaigns? Or have you tried grid? Or anything? Increase the usability. Then you go on value realization. That I have been working with, again, the same client, digital marketing client. Max, I've been working with clients in your industry for last, I think, 2-3 years. And one thing I've realized is that they waste a lot of money by sending SMSs to invalid phone numbers. Is that the case with you as well? Do you find you don't get replies from your customers? And do you think invalid phone number could be a reason and that's where you upset? Do you think a lot of clients must be calling you rather than just replying back to the SMS? That's where you upsell or cross-sell. You go and check his website. You see, you know that sales team was, because you had that initial call, you know that sales team will be using it. You see a opening on his website, hiring for sales executives. You know there's a probability for you to add more users, and that's where you upsell it. But we don't do that. Because our end goal is renewal, and if client comes and says, okay, I need one more user, oh, we are happy, we made an upsell. So we are bringing dollars, but we are not bringing that quality dollars, or maybe we are leaving a lot of them. And trust me, if all this is going good, your client is never going. You don't even have to call him for renewal. But at any point of time, if you think something has not worked, it's an alarm for you, and you have ample amount of time to correct that and bring that confidence back. And that's why it's important for you to connect to your customers on a periodic basis. Now, say a client, and I'll divide it into 4 phases maybe. A deployment phase, a nurture phase, a growth, and renewal. 180 days, 90 days each. Computes to like 360. So within first 90 days, I need to make sure that my customer is fully using the application. In next 90 days, I need to make sure that my customer is using more and more and more of features. And then in next 90 days, I need to make sure I can add more value to him by giving him add-ons, upsell, cross-sell, which you can do even before. If your client is onboarded maybe in first week, you can go to nurture directly, maybe in the first 90 days itself, and you have a growth opportunity. And then you renew. Because for renewal, you don't need to put an effort. If you have to put an effort for renewal, that means nothing has gone with good. Any questions? So do you want to add something?
Team and there's a renewal team. Who takes care of the account management? Because
So I think it's a quite, we have diversified it a lot. Usually what happens across the industry is that there is an account manager who handles everything from, and he is the only point of contact for the customer. Support team, if a customer has an issue, support team gets a ticket open from his end. Because as far as he is the point of contact, he is not losing the client. The moment client shifts to 2 more people, his credibility decreases.
So what do we do now? Because that's the problem I think we're facing. No one is taking responsibility for the client.
I think again, I'm coming to this, and maybe it will answer your question. So these are the 7 phases, and this is the last slide I have. And this is what you should do when you're talking to the client for the first time. Introduce yourself, tell the purpose, respect for time, broad discovery, guided discovery, summary, confirm, and propose. And so introduction, hi, I am Rohan. I've been appointed as an account manager for your subscription, and I'll be a point of contact for anything to everything related to 360 SMS app. Whether that means adding or removing your licenses, your billing concerns, your technical or non-technical queries, or anything else. So you actually told him that सब कुछ के लिए मैं ही हूँ. So you gave the purpose, and then you ask, is it the right time to talk? If no, schedule it. So when can you schedule? Shall we do it maybe Wednesday, Thursday, this time and this time? And then you do, if he says yes, go for a broad discovery. Broad discovery is like asking big questions, ऊपर का creamy questions. 5W brothers, what, who, why, when, where. What do you use it for, who are the users, why, and all those. You get to know, and then on the basis of his response, you get more deep. Okay, so you are using it for gauging customer feedbacks. How do you do that? Is it through process builders or what? I mean, you can have those questions. You go deep, you know more, and then you get the pain points. You get the selling points. You summarize it. So as per what you said, you use it. You are a digital marketing company. You use it for say marketing campaigns. Your major portion of usability is sending product information or getting demos or something, and these are your pain areas. Confirm, is there anything else I am missing? And then propose a solution to the problems. Or talk about how he can ease up things for himself. And then you close the call. Trust me, this will increase your productivity as well. What you call barging and all we are talking about. If you do this, it's not going to be a less than 7-minute call. I have tried and I have tested it. And wouldn't it be good if it gives you some credibility in front of your client? The client wants to talk to you, and You will come to a stage where you will not ask whether you want it, you will recommend that you should have it. And that's where you win the ball game. Where you don't have to ask, do you think you should have it? You just tell that you should have it.
Yes, no, what I would say, it's a competitive market. And when you talk about a competitive market, we have a lot of competitors among us. So the point is for salespeople, if you do not take care of your clients, someone else will. Because someone is sitting there to grab your client. That is the end, I would say, end conclusion of this particular conversation.
That's where it started from, product knowledge. That's where we spend our 70% of time today to impart you what is actually we are doing. Use that in your day-to-day basis. You are able to not able to schedule, start a trip. Take help of CSM, they are there to help you out. You should forget, use Salesforce for that. Send reminders, send automated text messages, take appointments on text, do link sharing with them. The more you will share, the more you will have confidence in the product, the more customer will know this is how you can use it up.